Craig Monroe and Claudia Hudson first met each other while shooting a music video about 5 years ago. And let's just say magic sparked on the sets since then. After an intense relationship for 4 years, the couple decided to get married. Craig Monroe was a famous musician, and Claudia Hudson was one of LA's most gorgeous supermodels. While Craig toured the world for his concerts, Claudia opened her own fragrance and cosmetics company. Both of them endorsed each other's brands, hence, the couple became even more successful in a short span of time. And when they got married, their career flourished even more. Craig and Claudia were the perfect couple. They loved each other from the bottom of their hearts, and they would do anything for each other. "Sweetheart, where are you?" "Craig, you're not ready for the party yet? I know we have to be a little late, but not too late." "Don't worry, no matter how late you are, everyone's going to be waiting for your arrival. You're looking amazing." "Really? But you're missing something. The look still needs a touch." "Craig, this is gorgeous. I love you so much. Everyone is going to be watching you tonight. I'm jealous just thinking about it." "Oh, they're only going to be jealous because I have you by my side." After their marriage, Craig bought another new condo in LA where the couple moved in together. The past 1 year of their marriage and 5 years being together had gone by in bliss, and neither could wish to be with anyone else but each other. Until one day, Claudia suddenly got her hands on something she didn't want to believe. Craig came out of the shower one morning to see Claudia holding a phone, her eyes red and teary. "How many more secrets have you kept from me, Craig? You have a secret phone?" "What? I was about to ask you if you got a new phone. That's not my phone." "I checked the registration, Craig. You have to be really shameless to lie about this now." "Really? Let me take a look at that. You know, with all these phones coming out, people are changing their phones all the time." "Don't change the topic, Craig. I saw everything that was on it. Who is she? I can't believe you would do this to me. Who is who? How long are you going to keep up the act?" "Oh, that?" Craig chuckled. "All this is funny to you? My love was a joke to you? Baby, that's my cousin." "Your cousin? You freaking text your cousin dirty messages in the middle of the night and she texts you back the same?" "What? Why would I text my cousin like that?" "Claudia, now you're putting words into my mouth. I said cousin's friend, and it wasn't even like that. We were talking about costumes for a shoot." "You're caught red-handed, and you have the nerve to justify yourself. You've been cheating on me." Tears began to drop from Claudia's eyes. She couldn't bear look at Craig anymore. She stormed out of the room as Craig followed her. "Baby, you're making a big deal out of something really trivial. Our marriage might have been something trivial to you, but it meant the whole world to me. But what would you understand?" Claudia went into her reading room and locked the door, not paying heed to anything Craig said. After all she saw, she needed to cool down. She could hear Craig outside the door, now begging her to come out. "Claudia, open the door! Claudia!" "Baby, this relationship isn't going to work if you can't trust me. Just give me a chance to explain myself." When some time had gone by and Claudia neither opened the door nor said a word, Craig had no choice but to call her mother. He knew she wasn't going to listen to any one of his friends or family. "Stella, Claudia and I got into a misunderstanding. She thinks I cheated on her, but it's really nothing like that. And now she's locked herself in the room, she's not responding to me. I'm getting really worried. Maybe she might try to do something to herself." "Alright, I'll see if I can talk to her." "What happened, Claudia? I just now got a call from Craig." "I caught him cheating on me, Mother. There's no doubt about it. I saw the pictures, the messages. He's a liar." "Claudia, you know I didn't like him from the start of this relationship. And now look what happened. But now that you have proof on your hands, don't let go of this opportunity." Craig had been waiting outside Claudia's door for hours now, trying to get her to come out and talk. But Claudia was just too stubborn. "Claudia, don't you think you're being unreasonable? It was nothing." When she finally opened the door that night, she looked awfully furious. "Do not think of me as stupid, Craig. If you keep lying to me like this, we're never going to get anywhere. So how about you tell me the truth? Maybe then we can resolve this." When Craig saw how serious Claudia had become, He realized there was no way he was going to make it out of this one. So he confessed. "Claudia, look, sometimes things happen. I'm sorry. I know I made a mistake, but it was just a one-time thing. I don't know what I was thinking." "A mistake? You think cheating is a mistake? You slipped and you fell into bed and ended up sleeping with someone? Don't be like that, baby. In all these years, I've never given more priority to anyone but you. Whatever that was, it meant nothing." "No, Craig, don't speak like you cared for me. If I mattered to you, if our relationship mattered to you, you would have never been able to cheat on me." That night, the conversation got nowhere. Even when Craig confessed to his wrong and begged his wife for forgiveness, nothing seemed to work. And it was the same for the next few days. Craig had been following Claudia around, trying to explain the little accident, trying to explain how their love meant so much to him. Usually, Craig would drop Claudia to work, but now she left by herself and came back by herself. She didn't pick up his calls, she didn't answer his messages, and when she came home, she didn't even talk to him. Claudia made her own food and had it by herself, and sleeping together was out of question. Craig had been sleeping on the sofa for the past 4 days. Living in the same house had become very difficult for Craig, and things obviously couldn't go on like this. "Claudia, don't you think it's been long enough? Let's sit down and talk it out." "There's nothing left for us to talk, Craig. The respect I had for you is finished. You disgust me now. Everything about you disgusts me. It's over. I'm leaving." "Claudia, stop. Why are you taking this so far? We've been together for years. Doesn't that mean anything to you?" "You're asking me if it meant anything? Do you even know what being in a relationship means? You were sleeping around with someone else while you were with me these past 5 years. Claudia, it was a mistake. Our relationship is worth much more." "If our relationship is worth so much, you wouldn't have done this. Baby, let's talk this out one more time." "No, I can't stay here. My mind is going crazy. I can't stay in this apartment. Who knows what you do while I'm away at shooting? I can't even sleep in my own bed anymore. Who knows if you brought her here? I can't trust you. It's over, Craig. Baby, you're overthinking everything. Claudia, don't go." Claudia moved back to her apartment. And it was just within days that Craig received an urgent letter in his mail, divorce papers from Claudia. All attempts to contact her were futile, and the matter directly went to court from there. Claudia's lawyer stood up to speak. "Your Honor, our demands are that of a divorce, and my client should receive half of Mr. Craig Monroe's property on account of his infidelity. I've submitted evidence to show for our claims. My client has found this secret phone that belongs to Mr. Craig Monroe, in which are many messages and explicit pictures of his affair." Craig watched as Claudia's lawyer brought out his phone and handed it over to the judge. Claudia had taken it before she left. Craig's lawyer patted his back before he got up to speak. "Judge, I would first like to say that my client dearly and truly loves his wife, Miss Claudia Hudson. They have been in a long 5-year relationship, and mistakes happen. I've seen worse in all the cases I've dealt with. But I still agree that Mr. Monroe has done wrong to you. But is it worth divorce for one small mistake? I don't think I have to explain my relationship here in court. It's my life, it's my choice. Yes, of course. If Miss Hudson would like a divorce, she can certainly do so. But the fact that she has claimed half of Mr. Monroe's property, this isn't reasonable or justified. Let's look at it from a different perspective. If Miss Hudson were in his place, and if she had cheated on her husband, would she agree to give half of her property? This is ridiculous. What kind of question is this? I would never even stoop so low to cheat on my life partner. If Miss Hudson can morally affirm that she would have given half of her property to her husband if she had ever cheated on him, then my client will surrender to the demands. Claudia took a minute to speak to her lawyer. Go ahead. If he wants to beat around the bushes, let them do as they please. We're on strong grounds as is, and now they made it easier for us. So Claudia got up and cleared her throat. Your Honor, I don't see how this has any relevance to our case. I would never in my right mind do such a lowly thing, but in the hypothetical situation, if I had cheated on my husband, I would not only give half my property, I would give more than that for ruining my husband's life. Thank you, Miss Hudson. Judge, my client and I would like to plead not guilty. Suddenly, everyone looked at Craig and his lawyer. What did he just say? And you fully understand that the plaintiff has strong evidence against you? Yes, Your Honor, but I would like to present new evidence to the court. The pictures and messages that Miss Hudson has presented against my client are in fact pictures from nearly 7 years ago. And this right here is my client's old phone from that time. My client had intentionally transferred all data from this phone onto the phone that Miss Hudson had found and assumed as Mr. Monroe's secret phone. Seeing the date of the transferred messages and pictures, Miss Hudson supposed my client was currently having an affair. While in fact, this woman in the picture is Emma Green, Mr. Monroe's ex-girlfriend that he was dating prior to his marriage to Miss Claudia Hudson. And these pictures and messages are from then. And to further assure that my client has not been unfaithful, Emma Green had passed away before Mr. Monroe's marriage to Miss Hudson. Therefore, my client could not have possibly cheated on her. Claudia and her lawyer suddenly stood in place as Craig smirked on while his lawyer handed in the evidence. But that's not where it all ended. And this, Your Honor, is evidence that testifies to the fact that it was not my client, but Miss Claudia Hudson who had cheated on him. While Miss Claudia was shooting abroad in the Bahamas, she was spotted having an affair with her director, and one of Mr. Craig Monroe's fans had recorded them in a bar and sent him the footage via email about 6 months ago. After which my client looked into the matter and unfortunately found it to be true. Here are the pictures and footage. Taking a look at all the evidence, the judge came to realize the reality of the matter. Craig had found out that Claudia had been cheating on him much long ago. He could have caught her on the spot, but he had deliberately left that phone with the pictures and messages of himself where Claudia would conveniently find it. He then confessed to the act and intentionally brought her mother, knowing that she would push Claudia into seeking revenge, so that today he could get his own revenge. Mr. Craig Monroe is awarded half of Claudia Hudson's property on the basis of having committed infidelity to their marriage. Now, as Claudia and her lawyer tried to escape the humiliation, Craig and his lawyer smirked at their victory. No hard feelings, all right? Because I didn't lose you. You lost me today. Our marriage might have been something trivial to you, but it meant the whole world to me. But what would you understand? If our relationship mattered to you, you would have never been able to cheat on me. Do you even know what being in a relationship means? You were sleeping around with someone else while you were with me these past 5 years. If I cheated on my husband, I would not only give half my property, I would give more than that for ruining my husband's life. Did Claudia fall in her own trap? Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting.